The Marana father charged in the death of his toddler in a hot car last summer has been allowed to take a Hawaii vacation.
Parker Scholtes faces first-degree murder and child abuse charges.
Out of the high-profile case of the Marana father accused of leaving his 2-year-old daughter in a hot car, resulting in her death. We've learned that he recently left southern Arizona to vacation in Maui.
This story is one of tragedy, confusion, legal complexity, and a controversial request that's made national headlines. In July of last year, Parker Scholtes, a stay-at-home father living in Pima County, Arizona, was arrested and charged in the death of his 2-year-old daughter, Parker. The details surrounding the case are devastating and hard to comprehend for any parent. According to the prosecutors, Scholtes left Parker strapped in her car seat inside a parked vehicle in the driveway of their home on a brutally hot Arizona summer day. He brought his other children into the house, and then, prosecutors say, he started playing video games. What followed was a horrific series of events that would leave a young child dead and a family shattered. The tragedy unfolds. Court documents revealed that Scholtes' wife, a doctor, was at work at the time. At some point, she returned home and asked where Parker was. That's when Scholtes realized he had left his daughter in the car outside. The moment of realization was chaotic and tragic. He ran out, found her unresponsive, and called 911.
What are you reporting?
She was in the car sleeping. She's unresponsive.
Okay. And who is she?
Please.
Who
My
is she?
daughter. My daughter. Please.
And this was out in the driveway?
Yes.
Is she still breathing?
No, she's not breathing right now.
Okay, we need to start CPR right now.
Yes, we are. We're starting CPR, yes. Oh my God.
How long has it been?
Half hour.
When emergency responders arrived at the home in the town of Marana, Arizona, they attempted to resuscitate Parker, but it was already too late.
She's dead. Like, I need to be with her right now.
Oh my God, my no! No!
She had succumbed to the sweltering heat inside the locked vehicle. Investigators later noted that Scholtes claimed the vehicle's air conditioner was left on while Parker napped in her car seat, but the engine had eventually shut off. It was estimated she had been left in the vehicle for 30 to 45 minutes, an eternity in the scorching Arizona heat. The police investigation quickly revealed deeper concerns. Scholtes admitted that he normally parked the car inside the garage. However, on that day, he had left it in the driveway because a newly purchased Peloton exercise bike was occupying the garage space. But perhaps the most incriminating piece of information wasn't the accident itself. It was what came next. History of neglect? In the days following Parker's death, detectives interviewed Scholtes' other children. They told investigators that Parker had previously been left alone in the car during naps on multiple occasions. This detail turned the case from a tragic accident into something potentially more criminal. Initially, Scholtes was charged with second-degree murder, but after further investigation, a grand jury upgraded the charge to first-degree murder. Not because prosecutors believe Scholtes acted with intent to kill his daughter, but because of the alleged pattern of behavior, which they claim showed an extreme disregard for human life. A child abuse charge was also added. Despite the serious nature of charges, Scholtes pleaded not guilty. The 911 call and Scholtes' emotional state. Following the incident, Scholtes appeared emotionally broken. Reports indicate he was distraught when officers arrived. He admitted to police he'd been checking on Parker earlier while she was napping in the car, but somehow lost track of time. The official narrative alleges he was playing video games and simply forgot she was outside. His wife's initial reaction, revealed in text messages presented by the prosecutors, reflected both anger and heartbreak. She had previously warned him not to leave the children in the car. After finding out what had happened, her message was blunt. "I told you to stop leaving them in the car." How many times have I told you?" Scholtes responded, "Babe, I'm sorry. I killed our baby. This can't be real." Despite the clear grief, the legal process moved forward. The plea offer. As the case developed, Scholtes appeared in court multiple times. In March, the prosecution offered him a plea deal, an amended charge of second-degree murder. The sentencing range under the plea would be between 10 to 25 years in prison, with a presumptive sentence of 16 years. The alternative, if he were convicted at trial, was a possible life sentence for first-degree murder and a separate charge of dangerous crimes against children that could add another 10 to 24 years. Scholtes, however, rejected the plea offer. In open court, he confirmed he understood the risk of going to trial, the terms of the plea, and the sentencing exposure. Despite all that, he chose to proceed with the trial. It was a bold move, and one that, legally speaking, may prove risky depending on the outcome of jury's decision. But even more public scrutiny came when Scholtes made an unexpected request to the court: a trip to Hawaii. In early May 2025, Scholtes' legal team submitted a motion requesting court's permission for Scholtes to travel to Maui, Hawaii, from May 1st to May 9th. The reason? A family vacation. The motion explained that Scholtes, his wife, and his 2 other daughters would be staying with close family friends in Hawaii. The request was met with an immediate objection from the prosecution. The idea of a man facing first-degree murder charges for the death of his toddler daughter heading to a tropical paradise while waiting trial understandably sparked outrage. To many, it appeared tone-deaf at best and offensive at worst. Despite the public backlash, the judge granted the request. Scholtes agreed to check in with pretrial services upon his return and remains out on bond. His compliance with previous release conditions likely played a key role on the judge's decision. Public reaction and legal context. The public's reaction was swift. For many, the fact that a man accused of causing his daughter's death could go on a Hawaiian vacation felt like a slap in the face to the justice system and to the memory of the child. But legal experts noted that the judge's decision, while unpopular, was not necessarily unreasonable from a legal standpoint. Scholtes has no prior criminal record. He's been compliant with all court-mandated conditions of release, and technically, he remains innocent until proven guilty. Some defense attorneys have argued that the optics are problematic, but the court was simply following standard procedure. When someone out on bail meets the conditions of release, requests for travel, while rare in murder cases, can legally be approved. Still, the issue here isn't only legal, it's emotional. This case, from the beginning, has been steeped in tragedy. A little girl lost her life, a family is broken, and the man at the center of it all is accused, not of malicious act, but of gross negligence. But as more facts emerged, such as previous instances of Parker being left in the car, the perception shifted. What many initially believed to be an accident now looked more like a tragic consequence of repeated behavior that could have been avoided. What happens next? As of now, Christopher Scholtes remains out on bail, awaiting trial. He's rejected the plea offer and is prepared to defend himself in court against the charges of first-degree murder and child abuse. The trial is expected to be emotionally charged and heavily watched. The prosecution is likely to argue the Scholtes had been warned multiple times and continued putting his child at risk. His defense will likely center around a claim that this was a horrible, accidental oversight, not a criminal act. Regardless of the outcome, the case of Parker Scholtes has already left a lasting impact. It sparked renewed conversations about child safety, the responsibilities of caregivers, and the sometimes fine line between negligence and criminal behavior. The Hawaii vacation decision has only added to the emotional weight of this story, raising complex questions about how the justice system balances legal rights with public perception, especially when a child's life has been lost. One thing is certain. The trial of Christopher Scholtes will be closely watched, not just for his legal implications, but for what it says about accountability, parenting, and the capacity of justice in the wake of unthinkable tragedy. Thanks for watching. If you would like a deep dive, please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section.